Hi there, it's Saturday, July the 6th. And time for Proverbs 6. And chapter 6 is all about finances and being studious. Let's have a look. My son, if you have put up security for your neighbor, or entered into agreement with a stranger, you have been trapped by the words of your lips, ensnared by the words of your mouth. Do this then, my son, and free yourself, for you have put yourself in your neighbor's power. Go, humble yourself, and plead with your neighbor. Don't give sleep to your eyes, or slumber to your eyelids. Escape like a gazelle from a hunter, like a bird from a fowler's trap. You know that says it better. I'm going to read it out of one of the older versions of the New Living Translation, which brings it to today. And I like it. It says, "My son, if you co-sign a loan for a friend, or guarantee a debt of someone you hardly know, if you have trapped yourself by your agreement and are caught by what you said, quick, get out of it if you possibly can. You have placed yourself at your friend's mercy. Now swallow your pride. Go and beg to have your name erased. Don't put it off. Do it now. Don't rest until you do. Save yourself like a deer escaping from a hunter, or like a bird fleeing from a net." So, yeah, and I've always known this is about co-signing, okay? And you're putting yourself at that person's mercy, and it's better just don't co-sign for people, okay? Just simple. Laziness. Go to the ant, you slacker, observe its ways and become wise. Without a leader, administrator, or ruler, it prepares its provisions in summer. It gathers its food during harvest. How long will you stay in bed, you slacker? When will you get up from your sleep? A little slumber, a little folding of the arms to rest, and your poverty will come like a robber, your need like a bandit. Yes. And he says this a lot. He says this throughout Proverbs. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the arms to rest. Says that a lot. The malicious man, the people to watch out for. A worthless person, a wicked man, goes around speaking dishonestly, winking his eyes, signaling with his feet, and gesturing with his fingers. He always plots evil with perversity in his heart. He stirs up trouble. Therefore calamity will strike him suddenly, and he will be beyond recovery. There are so many scams. Even back then there were scams, okay? There's so many scams. You got to watch out for everything, okay? Don't trust anybody. You're better off deleting every email you get and not even reading it. If someone's saying, "I have your bill ready," no, you don't. Delete. Used to be, before computers, you could tell people had hand signals. They would wink at their buddy, and tap their feet in certain ways, so their group would know they were going to take advantage of this person who might have been a little naive. Now watch out for those kind of people. What the Lord hates. The Lord hates 6 things. In fact, 7 are detestable to him. And I highlighted these before from a previous study. And we'll go over the 7. Arrogant eyes. People that are wise in their own eyes look down on people. Pride. That's pride. God hates pride. A lying tongue. That speaks for itself. Hands that shed innocent blood. A heart that plots wicked schemes. That's people doing this. These kind of people up here. Okay. These kind of people up here that we just talked about. A heart that plots wicked schemes. Feet eager to run to evil. All these people looting stores, burning cars, and hurting people. Eager to run to evil. A lying witness who gives false testimony. A lot of people will do anything if you offer them enough money. or to find a person of true integrity. And this one's important. 19, one who stirs up trouble among brothers. That's the most important one. I'm going to go over here. A person who sows discord, stirs up dissension, sows discord. Yeah, I have my 4-version parallel Bible over here that I look to. This is gossip, okay? Sowing up trouble or discord or gossip among your brothers. That's your church family, okay? Or your friends. Gossip, God hates gossip. And that's one of the soapboxes I jump on every time I see the wagon going down the street. I will jump on that. Gossip is a horrible, horrible thing. And Hollywood and the news and social media have made a living spreading gossip. Stuff you don't need to hear. Okay? If it's stuff going on in your government, something your representatives are doing instead of representing you like they're supposed to be doing, that's your business, okay? Somebody else's, trouble or misfortune, that's not your business, okay? Pray for those people, And if somebody in that church comes to you and says, brother, I'm having a problem, can you pray for me? And you're shocked by it. And if you tell somebody else, so-and-so's having a problem, and he did this and this, and he needs us to pray for him, you're spreading gossip. That's going to go like that other person who didn't hear it directly from the source. And, when I said, please don't tell anybody. And now, pretty soon, everybody in the church knows about it. You've stirred up trouble or discord or gossip among your brethren. Okay? You've lost that friend and many other friends, and you've sowed discord. And, that's a terrible thing. If somebody confides in you, you need to keep that to yourself, okay? And if somebody else comes to you and says, did you hear what so-and-so did? No, and I don't want to unless he tells me himself, okay? Just to stop right there. You need to stop that. Gossip is one of the 7 things that are detestable to God. Get off that soapbox. Okay, more stuff on adultery. We've talked about Solomon, how he had 700 wives and 300 concubines by the end of his life, and you can bet he had some women trouble, okay? How can you not, okay? You can't give 1,000 people the attention they deserve, okay? It can't be done. So, my son, keep your father's command and don't reject your mother's teaching. Always bind them to your heart, tie them around your neck. When you walk here and there, they will guide you. When you lie down, they will watch over you. And when you wake up, they will talk to you. For a command is a lamp, teaching is a light, and corrective discipline is the way of life. They will protect you from an evil woman, from the flattering tongue of a stranger. Don't lust in your heart for her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyelashes. Eyelashes. Now, what does that say over here? Does it say eyelashes? Okay. It says, don't let her coyness seduce you in the New Living. What's it over here? Don't let her captivate you with her eyes. Eyelids. Eyelashes. Eyes. Coyness. Demure. Right. For a prostitute's fee is only a loaf for bread, but an adulteress goes after a precious life. Right. Now, prostitutes were rampant back then, just like they are now, because even then, families wanted a son to carry on their name. And if they had a daughter, they would keep having children until they had a son. So there might be 2 or 3 girls to a boy. And it's the same way now. Women outnumber men about 3 to 1. Okay? Where was I at? Oh, yeah. So prostitution was a way a lot of them made a living. Okay? And they charged a small amount for their services. Okay? And that's all it was. They charge you for service. It's a sin, but they charge for service. But an adulteress goes after a life. Okay? An adulteress is somebody else's spouse. Okay? If you're hanging out with a married person, you're destroying lives. Okay? You're destroying the lives of yourself and that other person's spouse, their children. I mean, you're destroying a lot. Okay? If you go with a married person that's not your spouse. Can a man embrace fire and his clothes not get burned? Can a man walk on burning coals without scorching his feet? Okay? You won't get away with it. So it is with one who sleeps with another man's wife. No one who touches her will go unpunished. People don't despise the thief if he steals to satisfy himself when he's hungry. Still, if caught, he must pay 7 times as much. He must give up all the wealth in his house. The one who commits adultery lacks sense. Whoever does so destroys himself. He will get a beating and dishonor, and his disgrace will never be removed. For jealousy enrages a husband, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. He will not be appeased by anything or be persuaded by lavish gifts. Right. The one who commits adultery, we're going to highlight that whole thing. The one who commits adultery or sleeps with another man's wife or another woman's husband lacks sense. Whoever does so destroys himself or herself. He will get a beating, there's this plague, and dishonor, and his disgrace will never be removed, right? If you're the one that slept with somebody else's wife or somebody else's husband, you're not going to live that down, okay? People will remember that forever. And jealousy enrages a husband. There is no worse kind of anger than jealousy, okay? There is rage, there is fury. Jealousy is the top, because jealousy involves being betrayed by someone you trusted and loved, okay? Being betrayed by a friend. You know, your spouse is your closest confidant and friend, and if they betray you, that kind of anger and hurt is worse than any kind of jealousy is worse than any kind of anger, okay? And if he finds you, he will show no mercy, okay? He won't be appeased by anything and be persuaded by lavish gifts, okay? I'm sorry I slept with your wife. I'll buy you a brand new car. It's not going to take away the jealousy. It's not going to take away the hurt and the betrayal, okay? No gift will do that. So, he was very clear about, think about these things before you do something really, really stupid. So, that's Proverbs 6. A little intense, wasn't it? We highlighted lots of stuff in here. You hear my dog dreaming over there. Sadie. Hold on, I gotta wake my dog up. Okay. My dog was having a bad dream. She lays at my feet most of the time. Okay, so we talked about co-signing, guaranteeing other people's loans. Okay. And laziness. Okay. Talks about the ants. They're always moving. Okay. And something he says a lot throughout the Proverbs. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of their arms to rest, and your poverty will come like a robber. You'll need like a bandit. Lazy. I'll do that tomorrow. Procrastinating. And we talked about the malicious man. People, you know, there are entire factories and office buildings in India and Europe that spend all day on computers and phones trying to trick you out of your money. Okay? And that's all they're doing, is trying to trick you out of your money. Okay? If you're smart, you'll deal with cash. Okay? People still take cash. And if that's all you do, is, I'm sorry, I only deal with cash. I don't deal with Cash App or PayPal or any number of these cash exchange services where they will this person is just trying to steal from you. And if he can get your account numbers, he's going to take everything you own, and he won't even care that you're starving and broke. They don't care. Okay. Now, they'll get theirs, but not until after you're broke. So, yeah. My advice, use cash. Okay. 7 things that the Lord hates and is detestable to him. Pride, arrogant eyes. Anybody proud of yourself? I am so smart. I'm so much smarter than that other person. You can find everybody on earth, and everybody on earth will know something that you don't know. So you are never smarter than another person. You may know more about a subject, but there are things people know that you don't know. Okay? Everybody on earth can teach you something. Okay? And that's when you'll discover wisdom, when you realize how, the wiser you get, the less you know, the stupider you are. That's when you'll realize and be wise. Okay? A lying tongue. Nobody likes a liar. God hates a liar. Hands that shed innocent blood. Yeah. Get these mobs out there just beating on people just because they're walking by. Yeah. A heart that plots wicked schemes. A lot of those out there, huh? Goes along with all this up here. Malicious, lazy people trying to take advantage of you. Feet eager to run to evil. Right? Talked about that. A lying witness who gives false testimony. You want to see this? Just turn on your TV. You'll see it's all over the place, all over the news. The fake news, he says fake news. And you got to understand, these people on the news, they're actors, okay? They're not journalists like they used to be. These are actors. And they're very good at acting. They're very good at following a script and getting you to believe something the way they tell it to you. But they're lying. The fake news, they're telling you stuff that's not true, and they're being so convincing that you'll believe it. Pretending that they are a witness, giving false testimony. That's what fake news is, false testimony. It's no different than if you're lying in court. If you're telling, hundreds of thousands of people on the other side of the TV something that's not true, okay? It's like if this person says, I love puppies, okay? Simple statement, I love puppies. And somebody on the news who doesn't like this person is going to say, this person hates cats and wants to kill all cats, And they'll say that, and you'll believe it. Oh, he doesn't like cats, but I love my cat. And the only thing he said was, I love puppies. It goes on every single day. Satan is the father of lies, and all these people follow Satan and trying to get you to believe something that's not true, right? Just like in the Garden of Eden. Oh, no, you won't surely die. He was just saying that. But God said, if I eat this, I'll die. He said, nah, you won't die. You'll know. You'll be like him. Okay? The original lie. And it never ended from there. Oh, there you have it. A liar. And the worst one who stirs up trouble or spreads gossip among brothers. Brethren, church brothers. When it says brothers here, it's talking about your church family. Okay? And keep it to yourself, okay? Don't listen to gossip. Don't spread gossip. Of any kind. Okay? Turn off your TV. The TV is nothing but a gossip machine. Everything on there is gossip. Everything. Everything. And we talked all about adultery. We won't go into that. Again, we talked about that enough. So, but don't lust in your heart. for her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyelash, or her coyness, or her skimpy clothes. Right? And it's talking about adultery, not prostitutes or fornication. Those are different sins altogether. This is about adultery, specifically about wives and husbands going after somebody that's not their wife or husband. Okay? That opens up a can of worms that just knows no end, and it keeps going. So there you have it. That's Proverbs 6. A lot to take in for a Saturday. But there you have it. Good stuff to learn. Okay? We're still doing through the Bible in 1 year. We're going to start the story of Jonah today, which I'm kind of excited about, because we've been studying the kings and the kings and the kings and the kings. And God never wanted them to have a king, but they wanted a king, so we gave them a king. And there were, dozen, 20, I didn't count, 20, 30, 40, 50 kings over the course of 400 or 500 years. And you can count on one hand how many actually followed God their whole lives. Most of them didn't. God knew this. That's why he didn't want them to have kings. Because if you have a king has ultimate power, and you got to do whatever he says. If he says, worship this idol, you worship that idol. Now, not everybody did, but most would follow the king. So we're done with kings, and we're in the story of Jonah today. So that's going to be exciting. And I might start another study here later on. Another study that I'm doing privately is I'm studying Paul's letters to the Gentiles, to us, to see what he had to say to us. Because the Jews are God's chosen people. When you become a Christian, you're grafted into that tree with the Jews. So, and not the ones who don't believe in Jesus, the ones who do, and there's a lot of them that do. But we're studying that. So have a good Saturday, have a good weekend. Relax. Don't do too much. There's a lot of storms here on the eastern side of the country. So. But there you have it. But until then, remember all these things. See you next time.